Jimmy, our tale of the tape.
You see Neil Grove, age 40, and has had a long layoff since his last fight. Will those two factors affect him?
We now send it inside the Bellator cage to Michael Williams.
Bellator Fighting Championships on MTV2 along with Casino Rama. We deal excitement big time. Now go inside the cage for a heavyweight special feature scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Brought to you by NCAA Football 12, rated E. Available now. EA Sports, it's in the game. And now, introducing first the red corner at 6'5", weighing in at 263.5 pounds. His professional record stands at 10-6 from Hopkins, Minnesota, Zach JENSEN. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the blue corner at 6'6". He weighed in at 264.5 pounds. The Season 3 tournament finalist returns to the cage with 10 professional wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. The South African native fighting out of London, England, Neil Goliath Grove. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge, Eva Levine.
This fight is under the unified rules of MMA, so elbows to the head are allowed, both standing and on the ground. Eve Levine from here in Canada is the referee. The American Zach JENSEN versus the South African Neil Grove. The bell in round number 1.
Oh, this is a don't blink fight. They're throwing already.
Grove is dropped, and JENSEN pounces. Tonight's Bellator Fight Clock is sponsored by New Line Cinema's Final Destination 5 in theaters August 12th.
I don't think the clock is going to be a factor. These guys come out throwing leather, and it's Neil Grove on the canvas first, but ends up on top.
JENSEN is in the white and red trunks. Grove is in the black and red trunks. Big shots from the top by Grove. JENSEN throwing hammer fist from the bottom.
He's trying to answer back, but answering back from the bottom will not help him. He's got to get out of this position.
Open guard held by JENSEN.
Trying to isolate the arm, but he's not going to get that.
Grove now going for an ankle lock.
Man, Neil Grove's so tall. If he can crank on that, he can get it. JENSEN has to sit up and grab the head of Neil Grove. He has to sit up and get out of this position. He cannot wait here.
Grove has been training heavily on his ground game, working with Fabricio Verdum and Josh Barnett.
But his right leg is in the wrong position. He needs to step his foot onto the hip of JENSEN and really extend that leg. Right there, he can't do it.
Both men throwing from this position. Grove to the face, JENSEN to the body. This crowd exploding here at Casino Rama in Rama, Ontario.
But someone has to sit up and get a better position. This isn't a great position to strike from.
JENSEN's face is bright red. Grove continuing to land with those huge left hands.
Both these guys are showing no defense, no concern for their own safety. They just want to knock the other guy out.
JENSEN 6'5", walks at 285 pounds. Grove 6'6", walks at an even 300 pounds.
And unbelievable, 2 giants in there. JENSEN now going for the triangle.
Triangle locked on. JENSEN looking for the first round submission finish. Grove trying to power his way out, and he does. Now letting go with the shots. Forearms, elbows, more right hands from the top by Grove.
JENSEN's about out, and he is.
That is it. First round TKO win for Neil Grove. Just like that.
Unbelievable. Both guys said this is I shouldn't say unbelievable. Both guys said it would end in the first round. It did end in the first round, and it's Neil Grove victorious. This capacity crowd is on its feet, Sean.
Neil Grove has told me, Jimmy, time and time again, MMA is not about scoring points. It is about scoring knockouts.
And both these guys showed a ton of guts. Neil Grove just ending up on top, was in the better position to land the effective strikes. Let's see if you can take a look at it, man. Any part of this fight could be a highlight, but here, going for the ankle lock, both guys just unloading. Zach JENSEN trying to target the ribs. Neil Grove going off on the head. And end of the fight, Neil Grove on top, looking for the finish, and it was just an accumulation of shots. I don't see any one shot really rocking him that badly. That one on the chin hurt him, but just couldn't overcome the avalanche that was Neil Grove in this fight, Sean.
The time of the TKO, 2 minutes exactly in round number 1. Neil Grove, 11 wins, all by TKO or knockout. He is victorious in a great heavyweight fight. An amazing performance by Neil Grove, and really for Zach Jensen, that is a thrilling 122nd heavyweight fight. Grove's pregnant wife Emmeline and his little boy Ethan no doubt delighted watching back home in London. Here is Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine steps in, waves a halt to this contest. The official time, 2 minutes into round number 1. The winner by TKO, Neil Goliath Grove.
The finalist in Bellator's inaugural heavyweight tournament last year, Neil Grove, now back into Bellator's next heavyweight tournament, set to begin in September. He is with Jimmy Smith.
I'm here with your winner, Neil Grove. What a treat for the fans. Most heavyweights who say they're gonna stand and bang with you are lying, but that wasn't the case this time. You both were just looking for the knockout.
No, not really. I've been training really hard here in America. You know, I've been spending a lot of time away from home, training in Orange County with some of the best heavyweights in MMA. I'd just like to say to my fans, to my friends, especially here in Canada, I've been treated really well. I love it over here. But what I want to add to that is, my loss against Cole Conrad is something of the past. I've been training every day since that fight to get back into the heavyweight tournament in the fall. And Cole, I'm going to say hello to you. Good night and sleep tight when I meet you next.
Now, the end of this fight. Talk us through the end of this fight. It seems like the avalanche was too much for him, an accumulation of damage. How are you feeling at the end of this fight?
I feel great. You know, he hit me with a couple of hard shots. I'm happy that I took them, you know, and because I've been spending so much time in America training some wrestling, I'm out of breath because I'm excited of winning, okay? I've been learning what to do when I'm on the ground, you know, and I made use of it. So when I was on the ground, pretty happy. I just knew I'd let my hands go, and the man can take a punch, man. Have you seen his face? He can take a punch. Well done to Zach Jensen. Thank you very much. I know you wanted me to lose today, but I want to get back into the tournament and show the guys what I'm good at.
I love watching you win, Neil. Speaking of that, heavyweight tournament coming up. What's your message to the rest of the division, especially Cole Conrad?
Guys, I'm not a stepping stone. I'm 40, I'm young. I'm new at the sport. I've only been doing it for 4 years. I've got another 6 years left to give you hell. Watch me.
Congratulations, your winner, Neil Grove.
When he wins, is there a more exciting heavyweight in all of MMA? Not too many, that's for sure.